A dream couple. A stunning location in Italy. Beautiful guests. High expectations. And countless details that add enormous pressure.
Enorm erhöhen.
I'll see it through, and it's nice here now, I promise you.
Ja, auf dich.
Cheers. Happy birthday to you.
Cheers.
Auf uns, genau.
Here's to us and to the rest of the wedding season.
The season usually starts in May with the first 1 or 2 weddings. But peak season really runs from June to mid-September.
Tell me that you love me, tell me that you love me, tell me that you love me true. 'Cause I've been waiting long to hear.
Das bedeutet für meine Familie.
That means my family doesn't get to see me as much during that time.
Müssen innerhalb der Saison.
Janine, dieses Wochenende.
Janine, this weekend, our black and white wedding is finally happening. I'm so excited.
When I find a place by myself, and when I take a face from the shelf, and when it finally fits just like a dream. When I do you, what you do.
Did you send another email to all the vendors reminding them to wear black?
Schwarz kommen sollen.
Well, the dress code come in black was mentioned, but I'll send a reminder.
Das ist ja auch sehr ungewöhnlich.
It's pretty unusual for all the guests to wear black, with only the bride in white. We'll be in black too, everyone will. And if someone shows up in blue, they'll really stand out in the photos.
Fotos sieht man den dann. Ein Appell.
A word of advice for all the ladies out there. Please don't wear white or red to a wedding. White is reserved for the bride.
Weiß gehört der Braut. Rot.
Wearing red to a wedding is also a no-go, as it traditionally signifies being the groom's lover. That's why it's best to avoid red.
Ceremony in the courtyard.
Yes, the ceremony will be in the courtyard. In the evening, we'll move to the grand orangery, which is completely split into black and white. I really hope it all comes together as planned. One side black, one side white. We've fully embraced the theme. Black and white cutlery, tablecloths, napkins, everything perfectly divided. When I get a theme like this, I fully commit to it.
Die Braut sitzt auf der schwarzen
The
Seite.
bride will sit on the black side and the groom on the white, so they will both stand out.
Great, they'll pop.
Yeah, I hope it all works out. We'll see.
Mal sehen.
Summer night, sipping up the vibe, here to make you dance now.
Als Hochzeitsplaner.
As a wedding planner, you get thousands of emails. I'm a photographer. I'm new in town. Would you recommend me? Let's grab a coffee.
Sollen wir mal einen Kaffee trinken?
And I have to reply, no, sorry, I can't.
Ich kann nicht.
Otherwise, I'd spend all my time drinking coffee with random people.
Menschen.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Nice to meet you.
What do you do?
Ich mache schon seit
I've been hosting a vendor meetup for many, many years now. It's open to everyone.
Also jeder wird eingeladen.
3, 2, 1.
Ob man neu
Whether you're new in town or a seasoned professional we've worked with before, even other wedding planners are welcome.
Planer gerne kommen. Heute sind viele, die
Today, we have a lot of DJs and photographers here. It's a great chance to network, chat with everyone, and build connections so we can recommend each other.
weil Vernetzen ist das A und O. Und
Networking is key.
wenn meine
For example, if all my usual photographers are booked, I'd much rather recommend someone I've met and connected with
kennengelernt,
than randomly searching for someone online.
als dass ich einen neuen Menschen google. Vielen Dank an die Oberhaft.
A big thank you to our wonderful venue for having us today. Cheers.
Liebe Milo, und
Before Milo tells us more about this beautiful location, I'd like to announce that we'll be cutting a vegan wedding cake.
schneiden werden.
So let's turn around and cut the cake. Trends exist in every industry, including wedding cakes. Just like fashion, wedding cake styles evolve over time. The cakes from 5 years ago are different from those 3 years ago and from this year's cakes. Taste and style are constantly shifting.
This is an Earl Grey sponge with strawberry and passion fruit curd.
And what are the dark bits?
That's the Earl Grey.
Hast du dann ganz viel
Do you have the capacity to make a large number of cakes in one day?
No, I only make large custom cakes, not the smaller ones.
ja.
Die kleinen.
Right, we're excited.
There are 3 of you.
Genau.
Yeah, that's Christine over there.
Und Janine.
And Janine is over there. We have a larger team, but the 3 of us are the main planners.
Hauptplanerin.
And what do you do?
I'm on Sarah's team. I'm a wedding planner.
Got it. Very good. So you all work as a team or separately?
Nee, wir sind ein Team.
We work as a team, but each of us is responsible for their own couples.
Also es gibt seit dem
Over the years, we've gained a lot of experience working with many different vendors, especially since we allow our couples to bring in their own.
mitbringen dürfen.
Of course, we have our trusted recommendations, and those vendors always deliver top quality work.
Das eine oder andere
But some couples can be pretty resistant to advice. We've had a few situations where things went terribly wrong, and in the end, we had to say, well, this is what you wanted. We warned you. And honestly, if I had to name the biggest divas in the industry, it would be the musicians.
And where can I find your podcast?
The Wedding Podcast by Sarah and Hung. You can find it everywhere podcasts are available, as I always like to say.
And how often does it come out?
Once a week.
Hallo und
Hello and welcome to our wedding podcast from Berlin. I'm Sarah Leno, a wedding planner.
Hochzeitsplanerin.
And I'm Hung, a wedding DJ.
Popular topics are always...
Costs and budgets.
That's right.
So, Sarah, how much does a wedding cost? I can only tell you what a DJ costs.
Well, it depends on how many guests you're planning for. A wedding with 20 people is very different from one with 100. But as a rough estimate, at least 200 per person for food and drinks. And then you have all the additional services. Weddings have become really expensive these days.
In a recent podcast episode, we said that for an average wedding with around 50 guests, a total budget of about $30,000 is a good estimate, right?
Ja. Ich sage immer, es ist wie ein Autokauf. Wenn wir ein kleines
Yes, at
Auto,
least.
dann macht man
I always
zwei
say it's like buying a car. You can go for a small 2-seater, a compact car, or a big luxury
Ein
model.
Wagen oder ein großer Wagen.
Exactly. It's definitely an investment.
E mi chiedo vale la pena di restare qui abbracciati mentre il giorno non c'è più e la luna da lassù fa da specchio ai nostri baci.
You wanted to show me the photo.
Oh, right. I was on a flight with Angela Merkel yesterday.
I'm curious.
And normally I don't do this, but when we were getting off the plane, when we were getting off,
Oh, a classic Merkel photo. There she is.
stepping out, I felt a little like a paparazzo.
Well, we flew in all the important people.
Genau.
Let's go over the key points for today.
Who's doing the music for the ceremony?
Francesco Pirelli and his violinists. Everything is in English and Italian.
Multicultural.
Yeah, and for the reception, we have a saxophonist.
Can you show me where the violin is set up? On the left?
He asked if he could stand in the shade. And the officiant also requested shade, several times actually.
And here we are again.
Good morning!
Our bride and groom.
My voice is so hoarse, and I didn't even party last night. How are you?
Good. And you?
We're doing good. Kristen and Joseph are, for me, the typical young entrepreneurs from Berlin. They are very straightforward in everything, so they both clearly know what they want.
Is the door open? No.
I think they shouldn't film this chaos.
Doch, ist doch gut.
No, it's fine. It's our chaos.
Ja. Welcome in the chaos.
There's the hostess.
Hallo.
Hello.
Hallo, hallo.
Schön. So nice to be back.
Na dann.
We'll see you later. Thanks.
Danke.
We've already had 3 absolutely beautiful weddings here. It always feels so welcoming. The staff is just incredible. We can keep talking.
I think at some point we should...
Maybe the violinists could stand here, and when they start playing, they could slowly move forward.
Hello? Janine here. Yes, yes. Rental cars? No? But what is it about? Oh dear. Okay, that's a shame. Yeah, all right. See you later. Bye-bye. They asked if I know a rental car company for a guest. His dog ran away in Berlin, and he needs to drive back to take care of it.
Oh no, that's awful.
Yeah, that gave me chills. Okay, moving on. Shade.
Maybe they can sit here first, and when they start playing, they move over here so the guests can see them. That way they get to sit for a bit.
Let's put 2 chairs here for the musicians. We'll place the officiant there. And the bride and groom? In the sun?
So this side is in the sun?
Right. So the sun moves this way, meaning this side will be in the sun. And over here too.
Then the officiant will just have to be a bit flexible with positioning.
She mentioned several times that she needs to be in the shade. And of course, we could also get strong winds.
On this side, there's shade, so the 2 of them will be sitting in the shade.
Ja.
And the officiant goes here. But where do we place the bride and groom? If they sit here, they'll be facing forward. Will they still be in the shade here?
Just leave them as they were.
But then the officiant will be standing with her back to them if she's over here in the shade.
But can't the officiant just move around?
Exactly.
She told me multiple times, very clearly, that she absolutely has to be in the shade.
Ja.
And she also wants a pitcher of water.
To drink or for the ceremony?
She wants a pitcher of water and 3 glasses.
Would a bottle work instead?
Yes, a bottle is fine too. What's happening with that palm tree?
The palm tree is going. We just watered it there.
Okay.
Janine always goes one step further than the rest of us.
I'd place it on every other one first, since we don't have enough, and see how that works.
I'm steaming.
It's really hot in here right now, but there will be air conditioning tonight. At the moment, it's very warm. We found that the black side was just too dark against the mountain. So now, everything has been flipped and set up in reverse.
That means the guest originally seated in the top left corner is now in the top right.
The people sitting on the outer seats are still on the outside, only now they're no longer all the way on the left, but all the way on the right. Everything has been mirrored. Now I've completely mixed it up. I got it all wrong. That's what happens when you're not the one planning it. Sometimes mistakes just happen. The black menu with the white font goes here. I'll have to redo it. Good thing we always plan for extra time.
This table here, these are all children.
Fritz in the middle, Jakob on the edge. These are the kids, all right. But I only have 8 kids' menus and 10 children. Is that right?
The ones marked in blue are kids without a menu. Toddlers, basically.
So blue means no menu at all? Should I place an adult menu there to fill the space just so it doesn't look empty?
There are some kids who will eat from the adult menu.
But what about...
There are kids with a children's menu, and then there are kids who are getting the adult menu. What does it say on the chart?
It says 8 kids menus and 3 three-course menus, no alcohol.
Right. And those 3 get the regular menu.
The kids menu or the 3-course one?
The 3-course one. So, some kids get the children's menu, marked in pink. And then there are kids who get the full 3-course meal, just without alcohol.
Finally, I get it.
Hello, Matteo. The DJ is here. Good morning.
How are you?
Good?
Hello, Janine. Just to say that there are a lot of traffic, so I have 1 hour to arrive, and more or less, okay?
That's still plenty of time.
I can't help but notice that some Southern European vendors have a different approach to punctuality. You can tell them 5 times to be there at 3 p.m., and they'll still show up late. Like, what's the big deal? I'm here. It can be a challenge sometimes because you're dealing with a different mentality. There. Done. Like a sauna. High five. What do we have in here? 45 degrees?
At least.
Oh my God.
Nice to see you.
Hi.
Hi. Na?
Come on in.
We are excited.
Today, I'm meeting with Stefan and Lena at Villa Blumenfisch.
Find a place for myself, and when I take a phase from the shelf, and when it finally fits just like a dream. When I do you, what you do.
Hello, welcome.
This is crucial appointment, especially this close to the wedding. We'll be doing the menu tasting.
Welcome to the tasting. Please have a seat.
Stefan and Lena planned their wedding on short notice, meaning we only had a few months to organize everything. We started at the beginning of the year and everything had to move quickly. After the ceremony, everyone will want to hug you first. That always takes a little while. But I'd say it's always nice for the waiting guests to have something already. Then we'll do the toast. And once everyone has had their glass of champagne, do we want to pause alcohol service until later?
One option is to skip alcohol completely and just serve coffee and cake. Or we could offer a small aperitif, welcome drink, something light.
Wir haben nur eine einzige Sorge.
Our only concern is if it's a warm day. And we have wonderful guests who wouldn't overdo it, but alcohol can go down quickly in that kind of setting. And of course, we don't want people to get tired too early. That would be a pity.
Das wäre auch schade.
One time, we hosted a wedding with Asian guests, and it turned out that many of them didn't tolerate alcohol well. By the time dinner was served, some guests were already missing because they couldn't keep up.
Why don't you go ahead and taste the wine and see if you like it?
I thought you were drinking with us.
Me too.
It'd feel more sociable. Cheers, my love.
What kind of wine is this?
That's our house wine. It's called Big B.
Refreshing.
That's definitely a great quality for a summer wedding. When do we have to make our final decision on the wines?
2 weeks before the event.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Danke.
Enjoy your meal.
Thank you.
The idea is to serve antipasti at large tables for guests to share. Like we discussed earlier, that's a nice interactive element.
Right. And the table setup will be like this?
There will be 2 platters per table.
Okay.
Okay. I have planned for groups of 8 maximum. Maybe an extra child here and there just to make it more comfortable for guests. That was the idea. We also talked about parking, I believe, and I've already started planning the accommodations. Who sleeps where? Is it possible to add an extra bed in the single rooms if needed?
Our single rooms have double beds.
Das weiß ich, genau.
I know, I just wanted to see how we can arrange everything so it all fits in the end.
It was really amazing to see such a hands-on groom. That's pretty unusual.
It's very exciting, no doubt about it. And in these final stages, you realize how many little things still need attention. Like, oh, I need to assign the rooms, and all these details. Have we talked about this? Honestly, planning a wedding without a planner? It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. That's why we decided to focus only on the enjoyable parts. Christine takes on the hard work. She knows exactly what to look for and presents us with the best options. I don't even have to worry about whether a vendor is available on that day. All we have to do is decide, do we like this vendor or not?
Hochzeitsvorbereitung, ja. Christine hat eine ganz tolle, ruhige.
Christine has such a wonderful, calm presence. She always seems confident and in control. It's truly amazing. That kind of composure is crucial on a wedding day. If for some reason chaos breaks out, everyone is frantically searching for something, and emotions are running high, she stays calm. And that helps both the couple and the vendors stay grounded.
When things get hectic or unexpected challenges pop up, I stay completely calm and collected.
That's Christine, and that's why we love her.
Here you are.
Thank you.
I have another question regarding the drinks. Will you be going with a drinks package during the day? Or will drinks be billed based on consumption?
We think billing based on consumption makes more sense. We don't want to restrict it.
It's important to make a decision before the big day. What happens if someone orders a glass of wine or a beer between the wedding cake and cocktail hour? Should that be allowed or not? You don't have to proactively offer it, but what do we do if guests ask for it?
I'm not really a fan of restricting guests with a hard, no, you can't have that. They should feel comfortable, but at the same time, I don't want to encourage excessive drinking either. If there's a huge display of beer, I know how it goes. Especially when it's hot, the guys will suddenly feel very thirsty. So, what do you think?
I really can't say because I just drink water anyway.
That's true.
So I'd be fine banning beer.
We once had a couple who warned us in advance that their family drinks vodka like water. So they asked us to prepare a vodka bottle filled with water. We set up a fake vodka bottle at the couple's table, and throughout the night, they drank vodka with their guests, when in fact, it was just water.
I'd say there's no need for spirits. They can be a bit risky.
I hope it's okay for me to keep eating.
That's a good sign. It means it tastes good.
What do people talk about after a wedding? They talk about the food and the party. Everything else is secondary.
And of course, the wedding dress.
Oh, yes.
How's it going? Any problems?
No problems at all.
None at all? But we need a little drama.
Well, no drama yet. No.
Just wait for the big question.
We're already married. We've been married for 4 years.
4 years? So today is like a vow renewal?
It's just a party.
Hi. Hi, Janine. Hi. Hi.
Maybe give us a sign when we have to play.
Yes. The bride comes this way, and maybe if you stand up, and then I will give you the sign. Then you sit down and start playing,
okay.
and I
then
hear
it's
that.
fine.
We're waiting for the seating chart. It should be up by now. Then we'll add sunglasses and name tags with the table numbers so the guests can find their seats. What I really don't like is arts and crafts or little fiddly tasks. That kind of thing makes me nervous after a while. It's just not my thing. There are over 70 guests, and I still need to finish all of these. Janine, is the photo and video team here yet?
Yes, they're here. They're already upstairs. It's weird. There's no wind. Then suddenly it's windy. But that's fine.
Wind is nice for the guests.
I actually enjoy a bit of crafting, but not in the typical sense. That sounds a bit trivial. I just enjoy adding the final touches. Can you give me the bridal bouquet, please?
Oh, wow.
Thank you so much. It's beautiful.
Do you have a vase? Do we have a vase?
I want to give you my love, give you my love. I want to give you my love, give you my love.
Maybe we can try something else? If we seat them like this. And you? There?
No, they need to be looking at me.
Yes, I know.
If they keep looking sideways, they'll have a stiff neck by tonight.
Then you're definitely going to be in the sun.
I'm getting rid of this cable.
Are you putting them in the middle?
Wedding officiants can be tricky. I always tell my couples, talk to them and go with your gut feeling. I once worked with a bride who told me, Janine, everything was great, but I was so fixated on his mouth. I just couldn't picture him delivering my ceremony because I couldn't even focus on what he was saying. I was only staring at his mouth. I need someone else. And that was it. We went ahead and found another officiant, no questions asked. The sun is coming around.
If we place them as far over there as possible, it could work.
Let's try and see how it looks. Were you planning to seat them in the center?
I wasn't going to place them in the center. I actually wanted to set them at an angle, but that won't work. You stay there in the shade.
You can still angle them?
No, that looks weird.
They can always hold a sun umbrella.
Well, the couple should definitely be in the shade. They're the main focus. Better for all of us to sweat than for them to be uncomfortable.
Okay, good. Let's try it.
Let's do it like this.
All right. You'll go pick up your daughter.
Got it.
We meet upstairs in half an hour. And just like we practiced.
I couldn't sleep at all.
1, 2, 3, and all is alright. And I hope that it's light.
It almost felt like I was the one getting married.
Good. That's how it should be.
Feels right, doesn't it?
1, 2, 3, and all is alright. And I hope that it's light.
Everyone was so well dressed. They looked absolutely stunning. I stood with the lady of the manor for a moment, and we just watched the guests from a distance. She said, Janine, isn't this the most beautiful wedding? Just look at all these gorgeous people. And the all-black dress code gives the whole event a truly elegant feel.
1, 2, 3, and all is alright. And I hope.
We got together in June 2022 at my brother's wedding. We were set up, and now we're getting married on June 22nd.
It's really beautiful here.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Me too.
It's really beautiful. There's something very romantic about being close to a love story, hearing who they are, what connects them as a couple, and how they envision their special day.
It wasn't easy. Since Lena was born in Ukraine, we had to overcome a lot of bureaucratic hurdles just to get married in Germany. It was pretty discouraging at times.
Not for me, but for Stefan.
It definitely slowed things down.
And the other reason was that we weren't sure, should we have a big wedding or a small one? Then we got an unexpected offer from this venue. It was very spontaneous because someone had cancelled.
Being right by the water is just beautiful.
And this villa and all the flowers. It's a dream. A summer wedding in June. A gorgeous villa by the lake. Just like I wanted. This path is longer than I thought.
Yeah, let's do a test walk to get a sense of the timing.
When we do the final venue check with our couples, we always make sure to walk the exact path the bride and groom will take. That way, they know exactly where to go and we can check out the conditions on site.
It's a really long walk.
A very long walk. Yes, I know.
Should I walk slowly or quickly?
Well, definitely slow enough so you don't trip. Stefan should also check which route he'll be taking.
I've been thinking about that too. I'd actually like to go over it real quick. Down there is where the boat will arrive, right?
Exactly.
At that point, no one will see me yet. It might take a moment for people to even notice.
Oh, they'll notice. I'll make sure everything is organized so that people do see it, because that's the whole point. I imagine you arriving right here by boat, right at the front.
Then it docks here, right?
Yes.
So I'll kind of have to make my way up from there, and then we'll just walk along here.
Stefan wants to make a really special entrance at his wedding, so we've decided that he'll arrive on a sleek yacht. None of the guests will expect him to be on a boat. Cool and effortless, wearing sunglasses.
Then, once the ceremony is over,
Exactly.
we'll walk out this way
Yes.
as a couple.
Right. And then everyone will follow behind to congratulate you. I'll be there too, always keeping an eye on everything.
Then it's 3:45 p.m. and at 4:30 p.m. the wedding cake arrives. And it'll make it down here safely?
Stefan wants to go over everything again.
Well, yeah. And then you'd probably say, now it's time for wedding photos on the terrace. Group photo.
I love you, yes I do. Something about the boy I do, yes I do, yes I do. I love you, yes I do.
A dream venue and the groom's grand entrance to the ceremony. It was so cool and relaxed. I was really looking forward to that. And then the bride's walk to the aisle. She had an incredibly long way to walk, which was amazing for the guests because they had plenty of time to really take it all in. It was a truly beautiful wedding all around. And the guests would have never guessed how quickly we pulled this together.
I do, yes I do, yes I do. Yes I do, yes I do, yes I do. Oh, sento il tuo cuore che batte. Un respiro ci scioglie come il vento che accarezza le foglie.
Christina and Joseph's ceremony was incredibly emotional. Joseph was completely overwhelmed by everything, and it was really special to see a groom so deeply moved.
Quando ti ho visto la prima volta, già sentivo che eri mio.
Beide haben sich im Studium kennengelernt.
The two of them met in college and went through their entire studies together. They focused on saving rather than splurging, and they didn't always have the best cars. But even when their friends teased them about it, they always knew they'd make it together. That whole story was told so beautifully during the ceremony, with so many heartfelt details. It made everything feel even more emotional. When you hear such a wonderful story with a perfect happy ending, it's almost like a fairy tale.
So ein tolles Happy End halt. Das ist ja fast ein Märchen.
The must-haves this season, we've had everything from champagne fountains to ideas for espresso martini fountains. The couple will be pouring the champagne tower. If you'd like, you can watch.
Torna il sole sopra la città e tutto brilla di colore. Una farfalla vola qua e là e si riposa sopra un fiore.
For couples with large budgets, weddings are becoming grander. Instead of a DJ, they're booking live bands. Instead of a one-day wedding, they're making it a 3-day event. They're having destination weddings in Italy or wherever they want.
Everyone knows I love cake. So the top tier is for you to share and the rest is all mine. Sounds fair, right?
You do it with both hands, like this, in and out. What really counts is who has their hand on top. The guests will be quick to shout something like, "Make sure your hand is on top." That's the moment everyone is waiting for. And we always try to pause briefly before cutting the cake to make sure that all the guests can gather, because it's a major highlight. He seemed a bit confused.
Next is poppy seed. The third layer is poppy seed. Then comes chocolate, poppy, chocolate.
So the first one is?
The first 2 tiers are sponge cake. For his brother, I think.
Will one of you continue cutting?
You'll have to wait a bit. Poppy seed is in the next layer. First, it's sponge cake for your brother, or whoever it was. Maybe Heiko. The catering team will take over. I think the first layer is for you, since you're allergic to something, so go for it. They're doing their couple's photo shoot, then heading to the orangery for more pictures.
But will the hall be ready by 6 o'clock?
Can I get 2 apple juices?
Will the hall be ready by then?
Quando ti guardo quasi sparisco dentro a quegli occhioni blu. Tu non mi guardi, io non so respirare più. Quando ti guardo in tutto il mondo ci sei solo tu.
We're running a little behind schedule. But that's okay. It's been a warm day. We have a slight delay because of the orangery. We had to cool it down first. That's the tricky part today. It put us a little behind schedule.
It was supposed to be ready by now. They're doing their best. Another half hour?
So starting again.
The table that was originally on the left is now on the right, and the right side table is now on the left. You have to think completely in reverse. That's why it got a bit stressful. It took longer than expected, and now we need to make sure that all the menu cards and name tags are in the right place and nothing gets mixed up.
So, how's it looking?
Looking good. What else did you expect?
I'm grabbing some balloons and flying home.
È stato un anno senza di te, le strade vuote, il sole non c'è.
Everything is ready now, after some hustling and bustling. We're a little bit late, but the couple is about to walk in and the setup looks amazing.
Rimango sola senza un perché.
Everything is set, they enter the room for the first time, and they're happy. That's when you think, it's all running smoothly now, everything's taken care of.
Quando ripenso a te, io quella sera
Josef, you can smile too.
Cammino fra la gente, sfidando il destino. Prima o poi ti rincontrerò. Chissà se mai ti rivedrò ancora. Notte di
Would you take a photo? Before we forget,
ti troverò. Non sarà un caso.
Now you go change, and once we're ready, we'll let the guests in, and then I'll come get you, okay? Great. When we spend so much time discussing a beautiful decor concept, and then the moment comes when the couple sees the room for the first time and is absolutely thrilled, it's such a relief for us. We're proud of what we've accomplished, and in that moment, the emotions hit us too, sometimes even bringing tears. That's just part of it. And I think that's what makes a great wedding planner, being emotionally invested. And the camera catches it all.
Il mio cuore sempre tu sarai.
Helga's not here anymore. Wait, there she is.
That's my wife, ex-wife. Thank you so much. You're doing a wonderful job. And you're from Berlin, right?
Yes, we're from Berlin.
Kristen mentioned it. Today was very emotional. It really meant a lot to me. I have 3 daughters, but unfortunately the other 2 couldn't come. At least my son is here. It was all really emotional for me.
Yeah.
But with you, I feel alright. I want to give you my love, give you my love. I want to give you my love, give you my love.
Before service begins, the waitstaff gets briefed. They know exactly. At table 1, seats 3 and 4, 2 meat dishes go there. Then they serve accordingly. Someone really has to keep an eye on this to make sure nothing gets mixed up, because we didn't have time to adjust it in our planning system.
You have to keep in mind that everything is mirrored. This side here is now on the other side. It's tricky. We should have mirrored the chart. We should have done that. It's so complicated.
There's a problem with the menus. My wife is a vegetarian, but she got the meat menu. Oh, you already know that?
We try to make everything as perfect as possible. Of course, there are always little things that don't go as planned.
Should I say something? Because now everyone is confused. I'll tell them.
Do you want to say it, or should I?
You.
I'll just tell them the menus don't matter. Everyone will get the right dish.
Yes, exactly. I didn't even realize there were vegetarian menus.
We had 3 different menus, which required a huge amount of coordination, and mirroring everything made it even more complicated. Sarah took charge of the logistics in the back. It was incredible. She did an amazing job, making sure the waitstaff served the right meals to every guest.
2 veggie meals. You're doing great. Everything worked out, didn't it? It was just too hot.
Yeah, way too hot.
We're exhausted and sweaty after 2 12-hour workdays.
From the outside, everything looked so clean. Black and white, very cool, very sleek. But at every wedding, it's the people who create the atmosphere. And this was an absolutely beautiful celebration. I'll remember this one for a long time. It was definitely one of my highlights this year.
You did a great job.
Now let's go eat, right? Time for dinner. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Sweet dreams are made